Hello students, in this session we will discuss about recursion concept. Now what is meant by recursion? A function calls itself is known as recursion and the function is treated as a recursive function. Now observe this one. In previous class we have been discussed nested functions concept. So in nested functions, function calls another function, whereas in recursion concept the function calls itself. That means function calls same function is known as recursion concept. Okay, now observe this example. Here main function calls again main function. Now such a representation is known as recursion. Now depending on the way of calling the function, recursion can be classified into two types as direct recursion and indirect recursion. Here first one, direct recursion. A function calls itself directly is known as direct recursion. A function calls itself directly is known as direct recursion. Let us example void sum. Here sum function calls sum function directly. That means same function directly. Now this type of calling is known as direct recursion. Second one, indirect recursion. A function calls another function that initiates call of the initial function is known as indirect recursion. Now observe this example. Here some function calls another function as fun. So whenever this function call arises, now control enters into function definition. So in function definition of fun, again it calls some function. Actually this function is called by sum. Here this function also calls some function. Now such a representation is known as indirect recursion. Okay, so recursion can be classified into two types as direct recursion and indirect recursion. So if a function calls directly, then it is referred as direct recursion. A function calls another function that initiates call of the initial function is known as indirect recursion. Now what is the advantage of recursion concept? Here the main advantage is to reduce the length of the code. So the main advantage of recursion concept is to reduce length of the code. Its disadvantages. Now this one important one. Recursion uses more memory space compared to non-recursive functions. Why? Because as per the definition of recursion concept, same function is called for number of times. So whenever control enters into the function definition based on the declaration of the variables, again the memory space is allocated. Hence it requires more space. But this disadvantage cannot be avoided. Second one, based on the definition of recursion concept, the same function is called, hence it may fall into infinite loop. This disadvantage can be avoided by placing a written statement associated with if-else statement. For this, while designing a recursion concept, we must place two important conditions, one condition as base condition and another one as recursive condition. Here, base condition is designed to avoid the recursive call and recursive condition is designed to call the recursive procedure. So as per the definition of recursion concept, we call the same function with the help of recursive condition. To avoid the infinite loop, at one particular stage, we design a base condition, it avoids the recursive call. Now let us consider this example. Now program to find the factorial of a given number using recursion concept. This one header files stdio.h and conio.h. This one function prototype int fact of int. So fact is a function which accepts an integer value. After implementation of the function is also capable to return an integer value. This one main function. Here we declare two integer variables p and k. First input is k. Now function call p equivalent to fact of k. Now the result value is available in p. Now we print the factorial value as p. Now the subfunction, here we design recursive function. Listen, when we are designing a factorial function, just imagine, suppose if we are interested to calculate 4 factorial value. Students, 4 factorial can be splitted into 4 into 3 factorial. Now we calculate 3 factorial value. Now 3 factorial value can be splitted into 3 into 2 factorial. Now 2 factorial value 2 into 1 factorial. So when 1 factorial arises, now we can directly place the value as 1. Now based on this implementation, now we place base condition and recursive condition as, now in this format, whenever n value reaches to 1, now the base condition is written 1. Else, now we design recursive condition as written n into fact of n minus 1. Here the subfunction completed. Now it shows recursive logic for factorial of a given value. Here, if n equivalent to 1, written 1 is the base condition which avoids recursive call, and written n into fact of n minus 1 is the recursive condition that calls recursive procedure. This one result. Now first it prints a message as enter a value. Here we submitted 4. So 4 factorial value is 24. Now it prints the result value, factorial value equivalent to 24. Okay, so this one recursion concept. I hope all of you understood this concept. Now we go for another simple concept, local variable versus global variable. Now what is meant by local variable? Here variables declared inside the function definition or block is called local variables. When the variable is a local variable, it is possible to use only within the function definition or block. Okay, so when the variable is a local variable, it is possible to use only within the function definition or block. Now global variable, variables declared outside of all the function definition are called global variables. Here advantage, when the variable is a global variable, it is possible to use anywhere within the function. anywhere within the program. A global variable is possible to use anywhere. The best way with one example. Now observe this program, local variable program. Here x is a local variable for main function. Here we try to print the value of x within change function. Now when we execute this program, now it produces compilation error. Since x is not defined within the change function, so local variable is not possible to access outside the function. Now this program, this one global variable program. Here the variable is defined outside the all functions. Hence the variable is treated as a global variable and it is possible to access anywhere within the program. So here x is accessed in main function and x is also accessed in change function, which is valid. Now it shows the difference between local variable and global variable. So listen, when the variable is a local variable, it is possible to use only within the function definition or block. If the variable is a global variable, it is possible to use anywhere. Okay? Thank you one and all.